Episode 1 of She-Hulk is here. It is out on Disney Plus right now, and it's all 37-minute glory. Oh, Disney Plus. What are we going to do with you guys? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. If you guys are finding me for the first time, please do me a favor. Smash that like and subscribe button. This is the second time today that I'm filming this review because the first one did not turn out that well. Had a whole camera problem, and let's hopefully this one does a lot better. So episode 1 of She-Hulk is here on Disney Plus. What did I think about it? Let's go over the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the story takes place where Bruce and Jennifer Walters are in a car ride and they're talking, and I think the chemistry between these two in the car ride, like through the entire episode, the chemistry between Tatiana and Mark Ruffalo is fantastic. They pull it off as cousins, and I just love the chemistry between those two. They get into a car accident, and lo and behold, some of Bruce's blood goes into Tatiana's blood, and she becomes She-Hulk. And I know what you guys are thinking. So just because some of Bruce's blood gets into Tatiana or into Jennifer Walters' system, she becomes She-Hulk. What about everybody else? I'm sure he bled other people. Well, not exactly, guys. And it turns out that because they are related and they're family members, that her body is able to basically be immune to the gamma or be able to transform the gamma from the radiation of Hulk's blood, and that turns her into She-Hulk. If you guys remember back in the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton, some of his blood actually goes into a drink, and Stan Lee drinks the blood and he is hospitalized. So any normal person would probably die from the gamma radiation, but in this case, it just turns Jennifer Walters into a version of the Hulk, and that is probably, for the most part, the gist of the summary. And from the rest of the episode, it's just Bruce Banner trying to train Jen and how to control her Hulk-like side. Some of the pros that I had in this episode was I thought the CGI was very much improved compared to what we saw in the initial trailers. Now, I'm not saying that the trailers or the CGI looks that much better than the trailers, right? I'm not saying like the CGI looks great, because there are definitely parts when Jennifer Walters turns into She-Hulk and She-Hulk is on screen that it looks like the uncanny valley. Like you can tell something isn't right there, and that is very much something that you can notice. But for the most part, it is drastically improved compared to what we saw within the first initial trailers, where it just looked pretty bad, to be honest with you. But it is much more improved. You can still tell CGI, of course, but it is much more improved compared to what we got in the trailers. Again, another one of my pros for this is I think Jennifer Walters, Tatiana Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk really knocks it out of the park. I think she's funny. I think she's smart. I think she has a lot of wit, and I really enjoy what she brings to the character, and I'm looking forward to see what she does moving forward in the series. Some of the stuff I did not like about the episode in general was the fact that basically, since Jen is a female and she has basically dealt with these issues her whole life of being angry and being upset, and all, she's able to control their Hulk form much more easily. And I looked at that and I was like, okay, whatever. That's a roll your eyes moment. Didn't really bother me too much, but overall, I'm just like, really, that's what we're doing. And I really didn't like the fact that superheroes are the norm now. That just because you have superpowers, you are now a superhero. And you can see where Jennifer Walters does not want to be a superhero. She wants to go back to being a lawyer. And I like that. But the thing I did not like was just superheroes are everywhere now in this world. Like, it's so normal. It's starting to feel like the world of Kick-Ass. Like everybody's a superhero now. Oh my God. And I really don't like that. I don't like the fact that superheroes are so normal, because it takes away from the actual, like the and the wow and the specialness of the actual superheroes that we see from phases 1 through 3. So I didn't like that. And of course, one of my other and probably my final con of this episode was just the 37-minute runtime. That 37 minutes is before you take out the opening and the end credits scenes, like all that. Like you take out the post credits and the opening credits. You take out the credits, and this is probably about a 29 to 30-minute episode, and that is something that Disney has just been, I don't know if they're struggling with or they just don't care. You look at some of the great shows, whether it be Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Sopranos, any of the great series, right, that are hour long. You go back and look at the Netflix Daredevil and all that stuff. They're hour long episodes, and you get character development. And I feel like everything in this episode was just rush. It's like you meet Jennifer Walters, and within 5 seconds, boom, she's in the car with Mark Ruffalo. They have an accident. She's She-Hulk, and then they're training for the rest of the episode. They're just training, and boom, they're back at the core scene. We have a little superhero spat, and boom, that's it. That's the end of the first episode, right? We don't know anything about Jennifer Walters. Like, what's her hopes? What's her dreams? What's her fears? You know, we didn't get to spend enough time with her before she became She-Hulk that we really don't understand her as a character. It's like we start the show, she's getting ready, she's auditioning for her final statement of her court case, and next thing you know, she breaks the fourth wall and like, yeah, I'm a Hulk, and this is how it happened. Then we automatically into the car scene, right? We didn't get to spend enough time with the character before she became She-Hulk, and I know a lot of people are going to be fine with that. All right, let's just jump into the action. Okay, that's fine, but when you look at the great shows that has ever been on TV or streaming services, they are very character driven, and they give enough time to actually develop the character. And I feel like the Disney Plus shows aren't doing that because it's got this stupid 30-minute mandate where everything has to happen so quick and so easy. And to me, that really takes away from what's going on in the series. And I wish they would make it longer. I wish they would make these episodes longer because I'm tired of having like 20 to 30-minute series, and it's just like, what's going on? Like, spend time with Jennifer Walters. Get to know her. Get to spend time. So when we have the tragic accident that makes her become She-Hulk, we feel for her a little bit. We feel for her struggle, how her life has completely changed. And none of that. It's just like, boom, we're automatically, here, Jen, boom, car accident, we're off to the races. And to me, I find that disappointing. And I can say that with every Disney Plus series that has come out. Overall, I found the episode really entertaining. There's this running joke about Steve Rogers dying a virgin, which I thought was hilarious, but I also found interesting because they're basically saying that Steve Rogers is dead. Now, Bruce Banner doesn't say, hey, no, he's not dead. He's just an old guy now. So maybe that's just a secret that they're keeping from everybody post-Endgame, that, yeah, Steve died with Tony and the rest of them during Endgame. He went back in time and he came back this old guy, right? And maybe they're just keeping that from everybody and really make, Sam Wilson's journey to Captain America more special, because maybe people thought Steve was still around. That would kind of diminish Sam Wilson. So I thought that was interesting, how he is presumed dead. I don't think he is dead. I don't think they would just kill him off with old age off screen like that. I do think he's still around, but I think they told the public that he is dead to make things just more easier on what actually happened after Endgame. But there's a running joke with him dying a virgin, which is hilarious, that they pay off at the end credits, so be sure to check that end credit scene. Overall, I found the series very much enjoyable. I thought Tatiana kicked the ass as She-Hulk. I want to see how she's going to do from this point forward, being able to carry the series on her own without having Mark Ruffalo with her in each and every episode. And let's see if she can carry this series on her own. Well, everybody, that is my thoughts on episode 1 of She-Hulk. I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Smash that like and subscribe button. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that is my opinion.